Today we're here in Tetonia, starting our bike trip from Tetonia to Flagg Ranch and then Flagg Ranch back to Wilson. This is a loop that we did back in, or I guess it's more point to point, but this is a trip that we did back in 2012, Deb and I, and we did it a little bit different. Instead of starting here in Tetonia, we started in Victor. And since we're a little bit older and 13 years have gone by, now we're looking at doing the trip in a shorter distance. We still feel like it's going to be pretty hard today, but the weather is picture perfect. It's calm, no wind, should be in the upper 70s to low 80s today, and light winds as well. Should be a really good day. So we're off, riding along, leaving Tetonia right now, and about ready to get on the Tetonia-Ashton Trail, but we're going to take this short section of highway to get us going. So hoping for not much mishap today, and hopefully all goes smooth, and away we go.
We were riding along and I decided that I heard the bag rubbing on the wheel, and in about 10 seconds the bag plopped off. That's all there is to that story.
So here we are on the trail, and some of these multiple bridge crossings that we've had to do are very nice, all wood covered. One was gated in the beginning that we had to slither through on a tight line, and then it's a beautiful day. Just saw a hawk flying, rather picturesque, and today. And Deb
I thought it was a vulture telling me I'm too old to do this stuff.
It could be.
Circling.
Could have been.
Yeah.
It had a red head, so maybe it was a California condor or an eagle, but wasn't really sure.
There are a lot of these old grain elevators along this trail. This one looks like it's been out of use for a number of years.
So now we arrived at the first wayside that is probably a nice ride from Tetonia, is to come out here to the Bitch Creek Bridge, probably around about 20 miles round trip. And the trail is pretty good so far that we've seen. We have another 5 miles to go on this trail before we divert off of it and start heading north. And here at the Bitch Creek Bridge, we're at the wayside.
Explains the story of how Bitch Creek was named. Bitch is said to be a corruption of the French word biche, and that trappers originally named the waterway Anse des Biches, or Cove of Deer. Encountering many deer along this winding, secretive waterway is not difficult to imagine. Longtime locals do not subscribe to this theory and know the word for what it means: a hard creek to cross.
So now we've come to the end of the Ashton Tetonia Trail, which actually went from Tetonia towards Ashton. And at the junction of Road 4700 is where we're going to turn right and then head north to get over to the Grassy Lake or the Ashton Flagg Ranch Road. So this trail has been quite nice, smooth in a lot of sections, and very very good. Highly recommend people try this trail and come out here. Lunchtime?
Talk with my mouth full?
Yeah. So we're about 23 miles into the ride so far, and we got 34 to go, so not quite the halfway point. And we have reached the Ashton Flagg Ranch Road with a distance of 34 to Flagg Ranch and 15 back to Ashton and 23 back to Tetonia where we came from. So the road should be getting rougher from here on, as well as the climbing.
Did you say it was 2012?
2012.
Okay.
It was August 3rd, 2012, and it's September 2nd, 2025.
Okay, so we took a picture here on the first bike ride, and since then there's been a little accident with the other sign, trail sign.
And do you want to tell about the jerseys we're wearing?
Oh, Fitzgerald's Bike Shop. Is there still one in Jackson?
Maybe.
We don't know. We'll have to look.
But these are the same jerseys we wore 13 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Although we had a different bike back then.
Yeah.
So, yep. So onward and upward, because we got a lot of climbing and 34 miles to go to our hotel. We've arrived at Indian Lake Reservoir, or Indian Lake, I think. It's more of a lily padded pond at this point. 31 miles into the trek, 54 to go, or 54 is total. And Deb is taking a nap. How are you doing, Deb?
Not so good.
Moon Lake, how are we doing at 35 miles?
Not too good.
Tired. Muy cansada.
I can give you a list of 10. Top 10.
Okay, top 10. Numero uno.
Nobody wants to know.
So I'm going to head down and get some emergency water down here at the creek, just in case I run out. A little bit of a
Big bar time of day.
Yeah, kind of down on energy, down on hydration as well. Still got at least 20 miles to go, a lot of climbing. So we're at Moose Lake. Did a aerial shot of Moose Lake. I think it's kind of pretty out there. All these lakes are looking small this time of year. So yeah, I'm a little bit down on the fuel. A couple fig bars here I think will help get me over the next couple climbs, and then on to Grassy Lake Reservoir we go. Deb's investigating the time of day. What time is it?
5:41.
5:41, and the sun is still up there somewhere. And we're at Grassy Lake Reservoir, which the water is significantly down. And no water's coming out of it. And from here we have 9 miles to go. What's Deb thought?
We've had to do a stop every 10 minutes for Kevin to eat something or drink something, or we walk the bike.
It's definitely
for the
been
last 2 hours.
Kevin Bonkfest.
So I hope we make it.
Away we go.
That was a long day.
We made it to Flagg Ranch, and yeah, it was a long day. Shortage of water, shortage of food. I think I bonked probably 3 times, and still feeling pretty uneasy. Looking to clean up right now and go to dinner, which is open until 9:30. Oh, I think it's almost 7 right now. over 6.25 hours on the bike today. So
You forgot to mention all the hike-a-bikes.
and we had a hike of bikes on the uphill.
7:15.
7:15 right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, happy to be here, and hopefully tomorrow is a redeeming day.
I hope so. I don't mind being on a little pavement and pathway tomorrow.
Yep.
Today is pretty bumpy.
Yeah, tomorrow's 100% paved.
Okay.
Okay.
Good deal.
Oh boy, good morning. She's already got her glow face going.
Good morning. Yeah, checking out photos from yesterday. Composing my Facebook post when we get home. And enjoying being horizontal. Not looking forward to sitting on the bike seat. But it'll be a pretty day and I hope an easier ride today. Less bouncing on gravel because mostly we'll be on pavement. And Kevin has the rest of the details.
Oh boy, yeah. Talk about sleepy. Yeah, we slept until 7:30 and we're ready to go. And a little view of our room here that we stayed at. The bike's over there in the corner. And getting ready to get going, go to breakfast, and right away.
It's 8:30 and time to roll out for breakfast. I hope they have a big plate of pancakes and link sausage. That's what I'm
Here we go.
hankering for.
Oh my, that was a good stay there. And off we go. 59 miles today, all on road. And breakfast before that all starts. Well, definitely yesterday was a day to remember, and how we have changed in 13 years from doing this ride before. It was much different than having to do a lot of hike-a-bike, where in the past it just seemed like we just hammered over the hills and onto our destination here.
But review how you didn't want to use that other wheel.
I went back and forth on the freewheel on whether I wanted to use the one with more gears that would get us up the hills. Well, I decided to do the higher gearing, which made it harder to get up the hills. And when the hills got to about 10% grade, we just didn't have enough gears to do it. So hence we ended up doing a hike-a-bike walk.
So the granny had no granny gear.
We had no granny. The grandpa and grandma had no granny gear. So sometimes we need to get a grip on reality. So today we're off to breakfast now. It looks like it's warming up pretty quick and no wind, and it looks like another beautiful day. So breakfast for Kev and journaling for Deb. I'm doing a video of you, Deb.
Well, I don't want a video.
Just say what you want to say.
Kevin, I'm looking for a photo for my scrapbook. Is that what you want me to say in this video?
Yeah. So, pretty interesting observation here of how things were and how things are trying to go. But this quote from John D. Rockefeller, think of giving not as a duty, but as a privilege. We are off and riding away from Flagg Ranch and on our way for today's journey.
Pretty day.
All seems good. And yeah, definitely a beautiful day rolling out here. And we got 2 miles and then we got a 3-mile climb. And then by most part of it, we have downhill into Wilson. Hi ho, hi ho. The adventure continues, Deb.
The adventure continues.
So we just got going, but I wanted to make a notable video here of the Snake River, which we're crossing for the first time, and actually we'll be following this all the way back to Wilson. So this time of year there's really not much flow in the Snake River, but it looks like we're going to have a fair amount of traffic today in our trip. So just 8 miles into the ride we did our first summit and then downhill, and then we've come here to the Jackson Lake viewpoint, and this is about a sixth of the way through our ride for the day.
A little hazy, but not bad considering we haven't had real smoke this summer. And Kevin did a really good job on the downhill. I'm always a little worried when I see the sign with a truck, on a steep warning that downhill's coming. But traffic's light today too, so we were able to get in the car lane a bit as needed. And overall drivers have been good, giving us clearance too.
So now we're at the second viewpoint, which I didn't think was on the map here, but we came to it in a little bit better view of the Grand and Mount Moran, which is a flat top from here. It'll look a little bit better as we get down the road. So on we go. Jackson Lake Lodge gas station, and it's time to delayer. We're into full-on summer again. For me, I've been wearing these gloves and then liner gloves this morning. Time to take those off. I'm already down to my jersey. No wind jacket needed anymore. Deb and Kevin have made it to Jackson Lake and the dam for the Snake River, and the views are stupendous. And Deb's communicating on her phone, or maybe she's going to take a picture. There she goes. So we reached this road closed gate right here, which is just past the Signal Mountain Lodge entrance. And in the winter, this is, at least for me, the turnaround for the out and back from Taggart Lake. So all this is cross-country groomed in the winter. So usually about the end of February, close to March, or maybe into March still, if I have enough fitness, I usually try to go out here and back, which is a 28-mile round trip. So here at the Mount Moran turnout and viewpoint, and for the winter trails, this is 10 miles out from Taggart, which would make a 20-mile ski. This is always a notable place to try to get to when the conditioning is there. If it's not, then it's not. But we do have some climbs from here up to String Lake, and then by most part, a lot of it is downhill all the way back to Moose.
These rocks are between 2.7 and 2.5 billion years old. So I'll look forward to getting a little older, but not that old.
Okay. So just leaving now from Mount Moran. We got a downhill, and then we're going to be back into climbing. Now we're coming into view. The Grand is just around the corner here. In our sights now on the left. So in the winter, the grooming goes straight.
Okay.
But in the summer, this is one of my favorite sections to bike, going right. This is String Lake cutoff here. And here we go. So coming up on the junction to String Lake, and starting here, the trail changes to one way. here we go.
But it's interesting the bikes are on the left.
Yeah, having the bikes on the left is, well, it's to sort of make it kind of more of an out and back, but I guess going down, they have it marked so that the bikes can be on the right.
Oh,
So maybe we need to be over.
maybe we're wrong.
Yeah, we're wrong because this is going up and then the bike's going down.
Got it.
Yeah, it says bikes may use full lane. So we just turned off of the Jenny Lake one-way road onto the bike trail that I believe takes us around the backside of the campground and then into the visitor center at Jenny Lake, which will be our next stop. Now we're coming into Jenny Lake Visitor Center. And the bike route is off to our left, which we'll get onto in a little bit. And we're gonna come in this way. Bike computer doesn't like it. So we just left Jenny Lake Visitor Center. Lots of people there. Gave away a bear spray to a lady that wanted to rent it. So our load is a little bit lighter. And now we're on a bike path that's going to take us all the way into Moose. And the bike computer says that the temperature is 87. So it's really hot for Grand Teton National Park.
It's still hard to believe the road is closed in the winter, you know, with all the traffic now in the summer, but road closed for skiing. On a good day I can get out this far, but I don't usually get all the way to Jenny Lake when we go.
Into the Nordic Trail, but this part's not groomed, we're on the bike trail. It's actually the road off to our left. And typically, if I can, I like to get my coveted parking spot over there.
Next to the potty.
But the Taggart Lake parking lot is actually a little bit farther down. And the grooming is actually on this path right here from that parking lot to Taggart Lake. Here we go on the downhill into Moose. Caught some bikes ahead of us. One has Acadia National Park, one is back. So maybe we'll chat with them here. On our last climb, getting outpaced by some tourists from Boston, coming from Missoula.
Another car. Clear back.
And there's the top, up there. I'll let the downhill begin. Are you ready, Debbie?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Well, we think we've left the park now, and we are with the village right behind us. And
Which is Jackson Hole Mountain Resort.
Yeah. And we have 10 miles probably to get to our car, plus or minus. And so far today is going a lot better than yesterday. So we're pretty happy. Had some good breaks, a lot of hydration, and a lot of fueling. That all works well.
And a lot more downhill than uphill.
So ride complete. We did 59.9 today. almost 60, not quite. I guess we could ride around the block to do a little bit more, but I think we've done it. Boy, for me, what a difference it makes. I feel so much better finishing today. It feels very normal to have hydration and food, and our feet are a little bit tangerine.
Yeah, I figured out about 10 miles ago that a good limit for me might be 50 miles.
Yeah, so, but all is good. I think that the heat was a big factor
Both
that
days.
that we had to endure. It was probably 82 to 85. Today, correct the elevation, we did about 1,605 feet of climbing and about 1,860 down. So it was a net loss for the day, which was enjoyable. But all in all, 2-day success, and 13 years later, we have completed the Ashton Flagg Ranch Road. Good job. Congratulations, Deb.
Good job.
You can give me a kiss now. Good job.